Hello there, good evening everybody. Welcome to my next midweek video of the new Everton Stadium at Bramley Moore Dock. So my midweek videos are where I go over some of your questions and comments from my weekend video, and I usually get to site to do these so we can focus on some points you've brought up or some questions or anything like that. But unfortunately this week I've had to revert to plan B and do the old format where I'm sitting in the comfort of my own home and talking you through my weekend video and some of your questions and comments. This is because the wind this week in Liverpool is horrendous. Well, from kind of yesterday evening onwards, the wind's really bad, so there's no choice. I'd much rather be at site doing these videos because it's better to be there looking at your questions and comments whilst I'm actually at site, so I can get to the certain areas. But it is what it is. So what I'll do, we'll get to it now. So the video you'll see me in the bottom corner. The video you'll see is my weekend video rolling through, and I'll address as many of your questions and comments as I can in this format. It won't be as long as usual, definitely not. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Let's get to it. Okay, so just to repeat, as you'll see there at the bottom of the screen, I've confirmed that this is my weekend video taken on the 7th of April 2023. Lovely looking day as it was at the weekend, but yeah, we're gonna have to just stick with that one for this video only. So jumping into the questions while I do this big reveal from further up the road that gives us a good look at how big it's looking from afar and then approach it. Anyway, jumping in, I've got first and foremost, I have JEFC 1969. Now I've put this one in there, Jay, because I'm blaming you for this wind. Only joking. Jay, you comment loads, give us loads of info on that, which is loads of your faults on it, which is great. But Jay this week said to me, I suggest you don't do your next midweek till Wednesday evening, your commitments permitting. Thanks, Jay. So at least we hopefully see some site progress. Now obviously Jay said this because it was the bank holiday weekend, the long weekend. There was nothing there, so if I'd have gone Tuesday, there'd been no progress at all. And so I agreed. I did reply to Jay saying, yeah, absolutely agree. Then the wind comes. So although I am doing it Wednesday evening, or it will be coming out to you Wednesday evening, it's okay for me to sit here and do this Tuesday night because I've got to use the footage from the weekend. So yeah, thanks for that, Jay. As I'm saying that, I'm going across the back here. So this shot that I do going across the east stand, I am well outside the wall, but using a bit of zoom, but going lower. I can do that when the site's empty now, and I think it gives us a good look at that east stand. That is, I can get lower to the south and north stands as well, going across them and kind of that view. But the west stand is becoming real problematic because of how high the stands are now, to get that visual line of sight. So yeah, School of Science, Luke from School of Science, who I had on my show at the last week. If you haven't watched that yet, have a look. It was good. I had a good sit down chat with Luke, but Luke has given me and the other guys an idea to go further down to one of the docks where you can actually go up the side and fly. He said it's about, I think he said it's about 1,000 meters away or 500 meters away, but you can fly across the back of it from there. So I might try that. But yeah, anyway, moving on. I have Lee Frankel, who says, is the roof behind north and south stands? Is the roof behind as north and south stands should have been done by Easter? Still two sections to do. I think the next one as well. Yeah, Mark R said, hey Nick, great video. They're slightly behind schedule. They plan to have all roof trusses in place by now. Weather, I guess. Yeah, I think the plans were to have them all in by Easter. But yeah, as you've said, Mark there, whether you guess, I guess that too. I think they actually did lift another roof truss today. In fact, I know they did get a lift on today because a few of you did send me messages on Twitter and other platforms letting me know that the middle section, the middle roof truss on the south stand had now gone up. That was the final middle bit, so there's just one more left, and it's there to do. I think it's ready, but yeah, like Mark said, and I agree, it's a good spot by you guys that they said to be ready for Easter, but I'm pretty certain that is to do with the weather, the bad weather we've had. there was the wind this morning was not too bad earlier this morning, but it picked up again. So yesterday, like late afternoon, it was really bad. This morning, it must have been okay for a lift, and they must have got that up straight away as soon as they had a little window to do that. And then it's bad now for the rest of the week. So I wouldn't think there'd be any more lifts this week. I wouldn't think. So by the time I get there this weekend, weather permitting and that, if I'm able to get my drone up this weekend, we'll be able to take a look at that second to last roof truss in place. And yeah, slightly behind just with the roof trusses though, I'd say. The rest of it, there's so much more they crack on with. It's just lifting those roof trusses in. I don't think that's going to delay anything, really. They're just waiting for the right weather. It's always the case with lifting steel. I've learned from covering some of these sites. But yeah, good spot, guys. Good spot. So moving on, we have Robbie Hughes, who says, if you look at the roof support on the south stand, you can see a bit right at the top that the roof truss sits on. These are now missing from the north stand supports, so the roof is now self-supporting. Should see the 4 roof support in the north stand coming down soon. Okay, so this is a good angle as we're going across right here. So if you look at the blue supports through the back there, as Robbie said, they're not connected. It's the front ones, I think, but they're no longer connected or supporting the stands. That's what Robbie's saying. Thanks for that, Robbie. Yeah, I think you're... Sorry, I'm looking to try and get a closer look. You probably look at me going really close to your screen. It's because I'm looking at the screen right in front. But yeah, it's a good spot, Robbie. I believe you're right that is the case, that they have disconnected them now. So yeah, let's just have a look. I think I do the overhead in a minute, so I'm just going to stay on this and there. If we zoom in now to the south stand, you'll see that the blue supports are still connected. And then as we move round here, we're circling the northeast corner here, and just after this shot, I'm going to stay with this because just after this is when we start doing our overhead, moving from the northeast corner. Here we go, from the northeast corner up to the northwest, and we may be able to see through there. It's quite difficult to see through those roof trusses, but Robbie, I'm sure you're correct. The blue supports are no longer actually connected and supporting that north stand, which is making it self-supporting. But yeah, great spot, Robbie, really good spot. So on that note, we will just keep an eye on that for the rest of the video, guys. Anytime it circles around so you can see that. We're just going over the west stand there, and we'll move on to Paul Smith, who says, great video, Nick. Stadium looking superb. With Dan Mees. Is it Dan Mees or Dan Mice? Sorry, Dan. But if you're watching, with him being in Liverpool this week, would be great to try and get him on your channel for some comments in the future with your amazing footage of the stadium right through the build process. Yeah, Paul, absolutely. I actually dropped Dan a message. I'm trying to be a bit cheeky and tagged him in a message on Twitter saying if he's ever got time, would he jump on the channel? It'd be great for Evertonians, for me to have a chat with him for the channel and everything. So, guys, if you're on Twitter and you see that tweet, maybe retweet it and tag him in. See how many people, loads of people have liked it, but let's see how many we can get. It'd be amazing to get him on, have a chat. It'd be amazing to get him on my show, wouldn't it? My Friday night show. But even if I just, was able to persuade him to come on video call, if he is in Liverpool, Bramley Moore Dock pub, something like that, that would be outstanding. He probably won't, I'm sure. He's a very, very busy man. A very busy man, I could imagine. But it would be great. Paul, I'd love it. I'd love it. Love to be able to bring that to you guys as well. Thanks for that suggestion. Moving on, as this video is about to restart, we've got John Jameson, who says, hi Nick, great video yet again. Thanks very much, John. Looks like they have started the northeast and northwest corners at pitch level. Great progress being made. Okay, John. So we'll get this. We'll get over to the ground now, because then we do zoom in. When you say they've started the northeast and northwest corners at pitch level, do you mean they've started the terracing down at pitch level there, John? Let's see. I have a good zoom in now. So the northwest is up to the right hand corner. I see there's some concrete on the floor there. I see there's some concrete like on the floor, kind of coming out at the bottom, John. No terracing, like if that's what you meant. So, John, if you just clarify what you mean on that, mate. If you could, when you say they've started, I can see that it looked like on the northwest, as we zoomed in to that west stand there, it looked like there was something on the corner, but yeah, it's a shame I couldn't get to site today, because I could have really, that's something I could have zoomed in on. I'll bear it in mind, John, to keep an eye on my next coming videos. Okay, just keep watching this video as well. Anybody, any other comments on that? Anybody spot that as well? Let me know. Thank you very much, John. We will move on to Mr. YouTuber 001. This is a good one. I've left this in for a bit of a giggle, like, so I'll try and say it how he's written it. Okay, let's go for this, Mr. YouTuber 001. Hello, Nick, me old China. Been in London all week and stoned the crows. I've just had a butcher's with the old mince pies that the temporary roof struts in the north stand are brown bread. Anyway, I'm off to the boozer for a good old bubble bath. Later, geezer. So, to put that into English, hello, Nick, me old China, is basically it. Hello, mate. Been in London all week and stoned the crows. Stone the crows, I mean that. I've just had a butcher's. A butcher's is a look with the old mince pies, eyes, that the temporary roof truss in the north stand are brown bread. So the the roof struts in the north stand are brown bread. So Mr. YouTube is obviously referring to those blue supports again. I think anyway. But anyway, I'm off to the boozer for a good old bubble bath. Bubble bath, I think is that a laugh? Off to the pub for a laugh. Later, geezer. Cheers for that, Mr. YouTuber. Left that one in. It made me giggle when I read it. You can't help, as soon as you start with hello, Nick, me old China, can't help but read it in a Cockney accent, or try. I kind of started then, didn't I? But one thing I am really bad at, guys, is accents. I just can't do accents at all. But Mr. YouTuber, thanks very much for that. Definitely put a smile on my face, mate. Okay, we will move on to Mark R, who says they're not steps, they're the end of the terracing units. Okay, so what Mark R is referring to is I'd met someone at site. I was having a chat with him. Oh goodness, I forget the name. I think it might have been Paul. That's a guess. I'm sorry if I'm wrong. But he was saying that he'd spotted on my videos and on Paul Frost videos that there were steps outside of the northeast and northwest corners of the stand on the north side. He said he'd spotted their steps outside of the retaining wall, and he wondered what it was. So we're going to the videos about to go round that way, so I'm going to wait till it goes round because I zoom on it. So we're going around the northwest corner right now, and we'll see as we drop into that the shot that focuses on it, and then there's a shot when I get down to the northwest. So yeah, so whilst I was there, he just mentioned it and said he's sure that there's steps outside, so we might be able to just about see it on this shot. It's to the kind of left hand side of that shot as the stand comes up at the back. You can just make out there are steps there, but in a minute I take a zoom. Well, in a couple of seconds, I take a zoom in and have a look. So what Mark R is saying is they're not steps, they're just the end of the terracing units. So they've actually put the wall. They haven't put the wall right up to the end of the terracing. They've actually put the wall on the terracing, is what Mark's saying. A couple of other people did say that as well, and fair play if you're right. absolutely fair enough if you're correct on that. There they are in that shot right there. So the guy I spoke to said he'd spotted them as steps. Yeah, everybody or quite a lot of you are saying they're not steps, they're just the end of the terracing and they've put the wall on it. So yeah, fair enough. I just thought I'd put that out there because somebody had mentioned it to me. They do look like steps, but they do also look like the end of the terracing. So fair enough, Markar, thank you for that. Moving on to my last one is Craig Harper, who says, "Hi Nick, when there's obviously no one working on site at all, you drone people don't fly right over the site. Everton have done you no favours and do not control the airspace above the construction." Yeah, Craig, you're right. You're right on that. Okay, and you're right there. We can. Do you know what? Whether there's people on site or not. So I know you've said when there's no people on site. Whether there is or not, we can fly right over it. Okay. I just personally want to maintain a level of respect towards Everton and Lang O'Rourke's wishes. I don't have to. You're right, and others don't, and they might not want to, and they might change, and they might start going over the site. But I just want to maintain that level of respect. Maybe, do you know what, Craig? Maybe I still have a little bit of hope that they will come through with that site tour that was promised. I don't know what it is, but it's also, the fact that I support Everton, and I don't want to go down the road of, definitely don't want to go down the road of falling out with them, upsetting them, or any of the fans or anything like that. So yeah, just something I'm not going to do, Craig, to be honest. I can, if I want. I'll tell you what, everybody give me your comments on that. Would you all rather I just did fly over the site? Or do you also think, no, look, maintain that little level of respect for their wishes? Craig, you're absolutely right. There's no harm in you putting that. You're absolutely right. But be grateful for everybody else's comments on that as well, on that one. Should I, shouldn't I? I don't think I should, but let me have your comments. I'm going to finish off there as the video finishes and jump back to my face on big screen. Okay, guys, so there you go. That was my midweek Everton Stadium video at Bramley Moore Dock. Not how I like to do it, because I do much prefer to be at site. As I said at the very beginning, you can't really beat the being at site ones, where whilst I'm looking at these questions and comments, I can actually, concentrate on areas. When somebody said that, about the steps that we looked at the weekend, as we said, they're not steps, they're just the end of the terracing. It would have been great if I was there to actually just go around with the drone, zoom a bit more, get a bit closer, have a little look and stuff like that. And it's just so much easier and I think better for the visuals, better for the video if I can be there. But listen, the wind is the wind. There's nothing I can do. I wouldn't expect anybody else to be flying this week either in this wind. It's getting between 40 and 50 mile an hour gusts. You can just take your drone away, and that's obviously dangerous with people being on site. So yeah, it is what it is, isn't it? But yeah, let me know. I think we covered some good points. We had some good comments and questions there. The London geezer was funny. What did you all think that last one about flying over site? I'd be really grateful for all your comments and input on that. Should I or shouldn't I? As I said, my opinion, just the way I feel, is that it's kind of almost their last wish and their last request to us is, look, please don't fly over site, and maintain that boundary or whatever. And I just feel like I should respect that. But yeah, I don't have to, Craig. So there's no harm in your opinion and your thoughts on that whatsoever. But be great for everybody else's. Other than that, guys, listen, I'm going to finish off there. Please like, share, subscribe. I will be back there this weekend to get the full circular. There's been a truss lifted today, that middle truss. Maybe there will be one lifted by the weekend that will complete the roof trusses. Who knows? But we will have a look at it. Thank you very much for all of your likes, shares, subscribes, all of your comments and questions. all of it. Thank you very much for all of it. For any brand of clothing, I've got the different hoodie on today. Any brand of clothing like cap, hoodie, bloblots, whatever, go down there. Lastly, my weekly video this week, I was supposed to have a Brighton fan on. Unfortunately, something's come up, he can't make it. So right now, I have a free space. Does anybody want to jump on and have a chat? Drop me an email down below. I do kind of have a little little chat with people before inviting them on. But yeah, drop me an email and we'll have a chat. So yeah. Anyway, guys, please like, share, subscribe. Take care. Bye now.